Well, fight fans, it may not have been real professional boxing, but it was still some form of boxing. KSI against Logan Paul, the rematch. Let me start out by saying that, to be truthful, I really don't know who these guys are. The only reason I know kind of a little bit about them is because of my son. He's into that YouTube generation where these guys are gamers or skits or whatever these guys do. So I kind of got hip to these guys through him. We actually watched their first fight just a couple of days ago. And we were, kind of excited to see this fight, to see if they made any adjustments with better trainers like Logan Paul having Shannon the Cannon Briggs as his trainer, to see if he made any adjustments. In the first fight, Logan Paul was really working that jab the first couple of rounds, but he was only throwing one punch at a time. So this fight, I'm thinking with Shannon Briggs in his corner, he's going to start maybe throwing some 1-2s, not looking like a guy who's been training since he was 8, 9 years old, but maybe have a little more polish to his game. That wasn't the case. He was actually throwing one punch at a time again. Jab, jab, jab. Every now and then he might throw a right hand, but it was basically one punch at a time. As far as the KSI kid goes, he was just wild to me. I really don't see how he even won that fight, even with the 2-point deduction. I mean, he was just throwing wild shots, wild overhand shots. I'm going to tell you who he kind of remind me of. If all of you guys, fight fans, remember Ricardo Mayorga. He kind of had that same fighting style, which is really how Mayorga beat Vernon Forrest back in the day, is because Vernon Forrest is a boxer and Mayorga was a wild swinger and he was catching it with just some crazy shots. That's how KSI looked in this fight, just throwing wild punches. I didn't even think he connected with as many punches as they said that he did. The bottom line is this, this was exciting for the generation that's into these guys. There was a lot of people at ringside who I did not recognize. I think one of the announcers said these were also fellow YouTubers. And it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It was an event. That's what it was. It wasn't, in my opinion, like a boxing extravaganza, but it was an event. They had Billy Joe Saunders on the undercard. They had Devin Haney on the undercard, which I was a little disappointed in with him because I had him knocking the guy out that he was fighting, and it ended up going the distance. But for what it's worth, it was a decent night of boxing. KSI, Logan Paul to the rematch. I could not tell you what these guys will do from here. I literally have no idea. I guess there'll be another YouTuber or Instagram guy or somebody coming up that they can fight. But for what it was worth, it was fairly entertaining to see two guys who are not actually fighters get in there and fight each other and some of their differences in the ring. Truth is, I wish in this world we could take our differences out just like those two guys just did. If you have an issue with somebody, why not strap them up, get in the ring, and do it professionally in a situation where someone isn't being seriously, fatally hurt like things happen out here in these streets. Get in the ring and settle it like men. I actually don't have too much more to add to it. It was a 6-round fight. KSI wins. I actually had Logan Paul, not just because I picked him, but I had Logan Paul winning the fight 5-1, even with the point deduction. I just really felt like KSI did not do enough. Only thing he really did was he was coming forward and swinging very wildly and landing very minimum punches. I thought that Paul did enough to pull it out. Now, I did see, I guess I should take this back. I guess I do have something extra to add into it. I did hear Logan Paul's brother say that he's also a YouTuber, I think. But I know he's one of these amateur type of fighters. He said that he would like to fight KSI. Why not let something like that happen? There's no reason for those two guys to fight each other again, but maybe he fights the younger brother. And then maybe they can garner up some more excitement and maybe they'll have another event similar to this. Pretty much that's all I have, fight fans. Just holler at me. Tell me if you liked it, if you didn't like it, however you feel about it. But that's all I got. Holler at y'all later.